Russell Martin responded to his comments on Saturday on Tuesday by dropping a few headliners. Welcome back to Fog Football. And it worked. Rangers won 3-0 against Victoria Pilsen and have essentially booked their spot into the Champions League playoff, where they'll be taking on Salzburg or Club Brugge. Which, here, tonight, I'm going to guess one of those legs will be over by the time you hear this video. I'm probably going to schedule this for about 10 o'clock. Wednesday night, baby. Anyway, what did Chris Sutton have to say about this? Well, let's read out what Chris Sutton had to say before I dive into who I actually think has been jobbing Rangers out for years. This is what Chris Sutton had to say, and I quote, "I wonder who Russell Martin was talking about on Saturday evening." Wee eyes emoji. Now, here, the wee eyes emoji. A lot of people use the eyes emoji. I use it kind of as a meme, but Chris Sutton here is getting stuck in with the eyes emoji. Well, let's look at the players that were dropped. Obviously, yesterday Rangers fielded Butland, Aarons, Sutter, Dijiga, Yefte, Rothwell, Cameron, Diamonde. In the front three of Antman, Danilo and Gazima. So, is it safe to assume that the players he was talking about were Nico Raskin, James Tavernier, Danilo and Kieran Doyle? It's good that you're following me so far, folks, alright? Now, let's actually just look at those four and be like, right, who is the pretenders? Who is the cancer, so to speak, in the dressing room? The guy it's not is Nico Raskin. I think we've seen it so far this season. The guy's not started the season particularly well. For me, it's kind of just due to a balance issue in the midfield. And it was clear as day, for me at least, when Cameron came in, how much it fixed it up with Rothwell and Diamonde beside him. But I think the key thing to remember is in that game of football, he brought Raskin on. And obviously by that time of the game, the tempo was down, etc, etc. But for me, Raskin was just as good as Joe Rothwell when he came on. And I think that's the key problem. I think Rothwell and Raskin are quite similar, especially when you're playing in the same role. And I think when they've been paired together with Diamonde so far this season, it's just not really worked. So for me, Nico Raskin, I'm not going to sit here and say this guy's that and he's that and he's this. Nico Raskin's one of our best players, if not the best player. I mean, you can't go from talking about this guy being worth 25 million to all of a sudden in a couple of weeks he's pissed and he's no longer a part of the plans. Make no mistake about it, Nico Raskin will be a massive player for Rangers this season if we keep him. But the other three, on the other hand, now Russell Martin said something interesting after the game. He turned around and said, nobody gets dropped. So does nobody get dropped then, Martin? What would you call this? Well, what would you call this? Let's have a wee cheeky look at it then, shall we? Okay, so essentially what happened is Tav's out, Doyle's out and Danilo's out. I look at Captain Tav, right? Is there a situation this season where James Tavernier never plays again? No. He will play again, whether we like it or not. Max Aarons will not play every game at right back, folks, right? And even if he did, James Tavernier would be coming on for him, or he'd be starting at centre back. Like Max Aarons, I mean, he has had a few injury problems in the past. He's not going to start in every single game for Rangers, make no mistake about it. It's not going to happen. And honestly, when we're playing like lower opposition at home at Ibrox, I can see James Tavernier muscling his way back in to the 11. And as much as we've all kind of got our own problems with James Tavernier, at least Tavernier, right, offers something. He is a threat in the final third. None of us can even deny that, right? But for me, his loser mentality and how long he's been captain, the amount of failure that he's overseen, he needs to be removed out the team for me. But at least James Tavernier can offer something. We see this. He can score wonder goals. He scored against Motherwell. On the flip side, folks, what has Kieran Doyle ever offered Rangers Football Club? Nothing. The answer's nothing. I think he scored one goal against Livingston in the Cup, and then I remember a couple of seasons ago now, I think he scored in a 2-0 win at Fir Park against Motherwell. Him and Cantwell scored, but apart from that, man, I don't recall anything this guy's ever done being good for Rangers. If you can't see the difference between him playing on the right hand side and Oliver Antman, then I don't know what to tell you, man. Because see, watching that last night, actually seeing two wingers that are willing to run in behind, take men on, have a bit of pace, track back as well, It hit like crack. Honestly, I can't recall. I mean, Andy Halliday said it on Sports Scene after the game. He doesn't remember the last time Rangers had that. I don't know. It actually sounds pathetic. How can our football club go so long without having two wingers who do the basic job of, guess what, wingers? It's incredible. It's actually insane. So yeah, Kieran Doyle is absolutely one of those guys that for me is a cancer in this club. And I mean, Kieran Doyle might be the nicest guy ever. He might be. But see his work rate and his ability, it's shite. And he needs to go. And then I look at Danilo. Danilo's been ranked rotten, man, for ages. Oh, but he scored in a couple of the friendlies. Seeing the games that matter this season, the competitive games, he's done absolutely nothing. Look at Gazima. He's come on in a couple of friendlies, right? But look at the Champions League qualifiers, crunch time. Guy's got 4 goals in 3 games, and he's not even a striker. Look at Dessos that you want. Here, put that penalty. Buried it. Also got an assist for Gazima's first goal. Dessos ticking boxes. Danilo not ticking boxes. And then obviously, I mean, that is the guys that start it. But I think you need to have a closer look at the bench. The Cortezes, the Baramis of this world, folks, they didn't even start. Sorry, not didn't even start. They didn't even get subbed on. Cortez, Barami, none of them even getting subbed on. Neither was Kieran Doyle. I mean, Danilo did get subbed on, but I think the problem is with Danilo, like Tav, he has got something about him. See where Cortez and Kieran Doyle, I see nothing, man. Even Barami has shown on occasion he can produce a moment of magic. Those other two, they're hopeless. But you know what? Moments of magic ain't good enough, man, anymore. They're not. We need people who's going to be good every week. You know what I mean? See, good. I'm not asking great. I'm not asking to be world beaters, but we need someone that's going to put the basics in. And I think Joe Rothwell's a perfect example of that. I think he's like the most 6/7 out of 10 player you'll ever see in the middle of the park, but he does the basics right, and that's really all you can ask for. Anyway, folks, what's your opinions on the Rangers 4 that get dropped? Do you think that's their careers over? I mean, obviously it's not their careers over. It will never in a month of Sundays be James Tavernier's career over. Same with Danilo, I don't think so. I think the other ones, man, I wouldn't bet my top rocker on it. I think they could definitely have played their last couple of games for Rangers, the likes of the Doyle. But then I say that, I just don't see how anyone comes in for Cortez, Doyle and Barami. But like I said in my video yesterday, if it's a simple case of that no one's going to want them, I don't see the purpose of even playing them. Their value's as bad as it's going to be. I mean, theoretically it can't get worse, but no club's going to want to take a punt on them, man. We've seen it with Ben Davies. Like, yeah, we signed him for 4 and a bit million, but look, 750,000, that's it. That's your whack. Anyway, wind's picking up here. What do you guys think? What do you guys think on these 4 players, man? Leave it down below.